shake everything out. We'll start with some jumping jacks just to get the blood moving, just to start to warm up the muscles. We'll skip the butt kicks. Take these nice and slow. Be gentle with your body this morning. This is certainly a low impact workout, but for sure you are going to get that core workout in, so just pay attention to each little movement. We're looking for great form and total core engagement all the way through this series of exercises. All right, start to come up on the toes. Make sure the arms are coming all the way up over the head. Stretch the shoulders. Wake up the upper body. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And right into those high kicks. Getting the toes up there and starting to stretch out the hamstrings. Starting to find a little bit of that center of gravity. As you kick one foot up, you're kicking the other, locked into the floor. Nice straight legs on both accounts. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. And then right to the knees to chest to start off, just knees in. No open to the side. You're just going to pull the knee up and into the chest. Squeeze and release. Squeeze. And what I want you to do is sort of feel where the natural stop is. Give a pause, and then just give a little bit of an extra 2-count squeeze into the chest. You should start to feel that stretch through the glute. All right. Now go ahead and add in that open. Squeeze into the chest all the way in. Big open and down to your side. So you do want to get that little extra pull towards the chest in. Open and down. Start to open up those hip flexors. And again, another really good place to find your center of gravity and start to work on balance. This is a great workout for posture and stability. One more here. In. Big open and drop. Shake the legs out and take a nice wide stance. Arms up and out to the side, and just start with those gentle pulls. Keeping the shoulders and hips facing forward. I want you to start to feel the stretch in the torso before you really dive in and pull through the fingertips and sort of forget about the torso. All the way from the ribcage down to the hips. Go ahead and start to rotate the hand you're leaving behind. So you're going to come through the center. The hand rotates behind you and all the way up towards the ceiling. We're going to keep this low and slow today, especially as we get into the core portions of the workout. Let's go one more pull through the center and over to the left. And we'll do one more pull through the center. All right, go ahead and square the hips off and right into those toe touches. Again, taking it nice and slow to start with. And then as you feel your lower back and your hamstrings start to give in a little bit, you can push the butt further back behind you and draw your chest further down towards your legs. And bring it in. And right from this moment is when I want you to sort of focus that core, or focus your attention, onto the core, right? So you can pull the core in as you push the butt back. Just stay focused there. The very center of your being. Let's go one more each side. Up through the center. And up to the top. Keep the heels right where they are. This time, I want your toes to actually face forward here. Take a deep breath, reach for the ceiling, push the butt back behind you, and reach for the floor. And then instead of dropping and holding to either side, we're just going to gently alternate a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. So a slight bend here. instead of that full drop into the side squat. And again, the toes are pointing forward, and you're going to keep your feet flat on the ground. So you're only going so far into the movement so that you start to feel that real gentle pull through the hamstrings. Keep the body moving. Ignore that. Only time it'll go off. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Straighten those legs up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and allow your chest to fall further into the stretch. Elbows start to bend towards the mat. Release a little bit of that tension and then walk the heels in, toes in, heels in, and toes. And go ahead and roll the shoulders up to the ceiling. A quick shake out. Grab some water right now if you need it, because we're going to hop into the portion of the workout where we're really just going to transition one to the next to the next. All right. So, standing at the top of the mat. Mat is out in front of you lengthwise. I want you to, again, take a deep breath in. This time your feet are underneath your hips. Reach for the ceiling, look for some length, and then push the butt back behind you and reach for the floor. Put the tips of your fingers underneath your toes, and from this stretch, you're going to bend at the knees, drop your butt low, and lift the chest. So you're in a deep squat here. And then straighten the legs back into sort of the bottom half of a deadlift. So really what we're looking at here is major stretch through the hamstrings, through the lower back. And if it's too much for you with your fingers under the toes, go ahead and place them right above your knees. Down and up, starting to warm up those lower body muscles as well. Wake everything up and get it ready to dive into sort of the meat of this workout. Take this nice and slow. Again, you want to be able to feel the muscles working. Feel the hips turning under. Tuck that tailbone. Here we go. One more time. Stand all the way up. So you're in the bottom of the deadlift. Release your toes. Walk the hands all the way out into a high plank position. And then you're going to reach for those toe touches. So up through the belly button, the right hand taps the left toe, or as close as you can get to it. And then the left hand to the right. Back up to high plank, and then you're going to inchworm your hands back up towards your toes. And then back out. So we're doing inchworms, 2 toe touches. And again, go ahead and feel free to take these exercises as slow as you want to. The idea here is not to get that cardio head rush on, but to really dial in the focus to the core. Make sure you're locking in that mind-muscle connection. Feeling the stretch in the hamstrings in that forward fold position. Whenever you are back in that high plank form, I want you to lock in and hold. We're going to do a few holds here, a few isometric holds in plank form, either elbow plank or full plank. And the idea is to just really figure out how you can hold that core strength from the inside out here. Shoulders stacked over the wrists. Butt is nice and low. There's tension all the way down your body. Not just a loose hold. We're working hard to stay strong and straight. Pulling that belly button in towards the spine without sucking in, right? So there's no actual movement. You're just tightening the belly muscles and pulling in. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop the knees gently to the floor. Give the shoulders a little bit of a break. Readjust so that you are comfortably on all fours here. We're going to start with a little upper body reach. So nice flat spine. Reach forward with the right arm. And then you're going to reach underneath the armpit all the way through and drop that shoulder to the floor. And then back up. Reach with the left arm all the way out in front, straight arm pulling away from the body, and then reach under the body, cross the belly button, and to the floor. And what we're looking at here is really a gentle movement. So we're looking for those stretches through the shoulder, right? Pulling as far away from the body as you can. Let's go one more each side. Pull. And remember, keeping the back nice and straight here, especially as you rotate. Stretch. Think about length. The whole time, you're going to sort of think about, how can I add length to that muscle? All right, back up onto all fours. Resituate so you're feeling nice and strong here. We're going in for full bird dog. So the right arm and left reach out. Stretch all the way into the center. Knee meets the elbow. And then onto all fours, switching sides. So find that length. And then tilt the tailbone. Use all of your core strength. Bring everything in nice and tight to your center. And back to your starting position. Super concentrated movement all the way through. And down. Reach. Keeping the limbs nice and straight here. Toes and fingertips as far from the body as we can take them. Let's go one more big reach. Bring it into the center. And then again on all fours. Go ahead and situate again. I want you to tuck the toes under. We're going to move up into bear claw position. So go ahead, lift the knees just off the ground, and hold gently for now. Nothing too crazy yet. We're going to get in a little bit of that core work again. We're going to practice a little balance here. So if you're comfortable with it, I want you, all you're going to do is lift the left hand and right foot just off the floor, and then back down. And then opposite side, right hand, left foot. You don't have to move them away from the body. You're just lifting and right back down. If that feels uncomfortable for you, leave the toes on the ground and just work with the hands. Keep the butt low. All the way through it here. Let's go one more each side, just a little lift and right back down. Little lift. And right back down, and then go ahead back into bear crawl and hold. Knees are still up off the ground. Make sure your shoulders are over your hips, over your wrists. We're going to practice a kick through. So, with that right foot, what you're going to do is you're going to lift off the mat. You're going to kick through under your body, turn, and open to the ceiling. So again, I'll do it to the other side. You're going to lift the left leg. You're going to pull it through the body, lift the right hand, and open. Start nice and slow. We'll take plenty of time here. So right foot through. So my left hand and right foot are on the ground. You're going to pick the right foot up, kick it under the body, and open. Yep, exactly. Back to the center. Left foot kicks under the body, open, and back to the center. Yep, exactly. Keep the body moving. At this point, your shoulders should be feeling this, your core should be feeling this, your quads should be feeling this. We're going to spend a little bit more time here. Let's go one more kick through each side. Open and to the center. Kick through and to the center. Drop the knees to the mat and go ahead and sit back in child's pose. Just stretch it out momentarily. Deep breath in. Slow exhale. And as you breathe in, go ahead and draw the hips forward into a full cobra. Stretch everything back out. Shoulders down and back. All right, go ahead and relax the shoulders. Push the hips up and back into a full plank. It's going to take a little core strength. And then down onto an elbow plank. Here is our second hold of the workout. So we're in a plank hold elbow planks. This is a comfort zone for most of us. We know where our body's supposed to be. It takes a lot of strength, don't get me wrong, not that kind of comfort. But in terms of sort of understanding what our body parts are supposed to be doing, we've got this unlocked. And this is going to be where the challenge comes into play, because we're going to go right from this elbow plank into a dolphin. So we have a few more seconds of this isometric hold. But when we do start moving, I want you to pull up through the belly button to push the butt back into dolphin. The elbows stay on the mat. So we'll do the first together and then go at your own pace. So you're going to pull up through the belly button, push the butt up towards the ceiling and back, and then forward again. So it's a major core challenge here. Again, up through the belly button, push the butt up towards the ceiling and back, and then drive yourself forward again. This is 120 seconds of elbow plank strength. So if your shoulders and upper body are starting to shake with the work of it, do know that we're going to drop our knees at the end of this sequence and shift gears to a different part of the core. We're going to shift towards the glutes. But for now, just keep the body moving. Keep your attention on the core, on the hip, tilt, and straighten. Here we go. One more. Up towards the ceiling. Push those hips back. Draw them forward and go ahead and drop the knees gently 1, 2 to the mat. Stretch out that right leg back behind you. The elbows stay on the mat, and you're just going to kick up into the air and right back down. This is a straight leg kick back. Your back stays super straight. Heel reaches the ceiling, and then toes tap right back down. We're going to do a bit of a glute sequence here. We're going to add in that 3-point kickback. So what I want you to do, we have a bit of time here with just a straight leg kickback, but what we're going to do is we're going to hit a point up above the left heel, tap down on the outside of the left heel, and back to the center. That's happening in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hit right up above the heel, tap down on the outside, and back to the center. Up and over, tap down, and to the center. Yes. All right, we're going to beat up this right leg just a little bit here. Tap down, and to the center. One more. Up and over, tap down, and to the center. Keep that right leg right where it is. You're going to draw the toes in an arc out to your right side, all the way over, as far forward as you can, and then back to the center. As far towards your right hip as you can, and then back to the center. Start to draw in that right glute. We'll bring it in. Open. And in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw the right knee in towards the body. Straighten out that left leg. And in for the straight leg kickback. So you're raising the heel right up to the ceiling. We're going to even things out here. Give the right side a little bit of a break. You know what your body's doing here. If you want to close your eyes and focus on breathing and keeping that core nice and strong, the lower back nice and straight. Giving the glutes something to remember through the weekend. Keep the toes on the left foot flexed, so you're drawing the toes in towards your shin. And we're going to get ready here because we're going to add in that 3-point touch. You're going to kick up above the right heel and then tap down on the outside of the right foot in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Up, tap down on the outside, and then right back up to the center. starting to draw in the inner thigh and the sides of the glutes. You should feel that hamstring here too. The nice thing about elbow planks is it really does focus in on the hamstring as much as the glute. Let's do 2. One last 3-point touch. Down to the center, and then draw in that arc. That toe comes all the way up to the left hip, and then draw a line right back behind you. Up to the left hip, and then draw everything right back to the start. Keep it moving here, keep it moving. We've got 10 seconds, then we're going to take a quick break by sitting back on our heels in child's pose in 3, 2, and 1. Draw the knee in, sit it back to stretch those glutes out. This is a brief stretch. Hands on the mat. Go ahead and come back up onto all fours. Step out for our 3rd plank hold. This is a high plank hold. Lock it in. All right. Release any tension from the glutes. Already forgetting about that burn. Adjust your body as you need to so that the shoulders are stacked over the wrists. And you're thinking nice straight line. If someone came and placed a board along your spine, you'd be able to hold steady and it would stay locked in place. We're going to get back into mobility mode here. So we're going to step into some deep lunges. You're just going to step your foot to the outside of your hand. Step as far forward as you can with the right foot. Doesn't have to be all the way up to the hand. And just gently push your body weight into the heel. And then right back out into high plank. Left foot comes forward. Step it out. Gentle movement forward into that heel and right back in. I do want you to move your body weight to that heel. Take a little bit of the pressure off of your wrists and shoulders and core. And it also adds to the stretch through the hips, through the hip flexors, and through the quad. Remember, keep the butt down. And as you continue through this exercise, you should be able to get your foot a little bit further forward, a little bit further forward. Take strength, flexibility, and we're increasing that mobility. Let's go 1 more each side. Step it in. Excellent job. And then back into a high plank for a quick reset hold. This time, you're going to draw your right foot forward and step in between your hands. If you need to take 2 steps, that's totally fine. You can come to the belly button, adjust, and then all the way forward. Once you've settled into that deep lunge, I want you to leave the left palm on the mat and open the torso, open the right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Stretch through the glute, and then back down to the mat. And you're going to alternate sides. The right hand stays on the mat. Left arm opens up to the ceiling. Different kind of stretch. And back down to the mat. And just continue with that rotation nice and slow. You should really feel the open through the glutes after that kickback series. Let's go 1 more open. And then down to the mat. All right. What I want you to do, weight is back on your fingertips. Drop that back knee to the mat. And we're going to go into 90-90. You guys know this. So use your hands to balance as you lower your right hip to the mat. Adjust as you need to. Take as much time as you need to find that 90-90 hold. So the leg in front is at a 90-degree angle. The leg to the side and back, 90 degrees. Use your fingertips to adjust your body. You want to think level shoulders, level hips. Shoulders are down and back. Go ahead and close the eyes. Breathe out tension that you're holding in that left glute. Release the tension. You'll find it once you notice it. And let your body just settle into this nice, relaxing stretch. Focusing on your breath. We're going to switch into a sort of a 180, so the left leg will be in front. I want you to push your right foot into the ground while lifting your left knee. Rotate through the center, all the way 180 degrees, so you're finding yourself back in 90-90, but this time with the left leg in front. And again, use your fingertips to adjust the hips to be as level as you can. Allow them to be. Breathe out any tension that you're holding in that right glute. Shoulders down and back. And just settle in, give the body a little bit of a break here. We're going to balance out the leg stretches here. So we're going to go back up into that deep lunge. This time the left leg's going to be in front. So left foot pushes into the mat. Use your arm strength to push yourself up back into that half knee position. Straighten out that back leg. And boom, there we are, back in that deep lunge. This time the left leg is in front. Leave the right palm on the mat and open up into that rotation. Taking it nice and slow. Your pace here. A pace that keeps your body moving, but allows you to feel each twist and turn. Which muscles are you're using? How connected you are to those muscles. It's a different sort of shape that you're going to feel with this kind of workout. No pop squats, but you're still going to feel it. And down. Open. Hands both back down on the mat, and you're going to step that foot right back out into high plank. Just enough time to lock in form before you drop the knees and push the butt back into child's pose for a quick release of tension here. Breathe everything out. We're going to work our way back up to a standing position. Not quite done yet. Go ahead and pull your body forward all the way into Cobra. Shoulders down and back again. We're looking for a little bit of a release of tension. Lengthening those muscles back out. Sort of writing all the twists and turns that we added in with that last sequence. All right, back up onto all fours. Take a little bit of time to readjust here. I'm just going to turn so I can see my timer. So, back up onto all fours. Nice, straight back. We're going to start back with that upper body reach. So the right hand lifts. Reach far in front of you as you can, a little bit of length. And then tuck the hands under the body and drop the shoulder. Back up onto all fours, opposite side. The left hand reaches as far from the body as you can. Reach under, drop the shoulder, and back to the center. One of the nice things about a workout like this is that even if you sort of start off thinking, where's that arm supposed to go? What's that leg supposed to do? You start to get a better understanding of where your limbs are in relation to the rest of your body. Which maybe not entirely, well, very important for a squat, but that's something you can watch. It's something like a deadlift or a row. Those things are really important. One more reach. Tuck it under the body. And then back to all fours here. We have a sequence of exercises you're familiar with. So, from all fours, go ahead and lift into that bear crawl hold. So that's just 1 to 2 inches off the ground with the knees. Add in that balance if you can here. So lift, just left hand, right foot, just up off the mat and right back down. Nothing else moves. Take your time here. It doesn't matter if you only get one lift in each side. You can feel how difficult it is for your body to hold with just one hand and one foot on the mat. All of those muscles start to quiver. But this is a really good way to build trust with yourself. Your body's tired at this point, so it might feel even a little bit harder. Let's go one more each side. Okay. Last lift. All right, keep those knees up off the mat. Here's that challenge. So we're back into those kick throughs. This time through. Second time, you're feeling a little bit more confidence. So, right leg kicks under, in between the hand and the foot. Open the body up to the ceiling. And turn back to the center. Keep your butt locked in place. Remember that core is the biggest component to these exercises. Everything revolves around that. Physically and movement-wise. Open and bring it in. We're working our way back to our feet, back to a comfort zone. Open and bring it in. Knees stay nice and close to the mat. Open and bring it in. Come on, we're almost there. Back to the center. Go ahead and drop the knees to the mat. Give your wrist a little bit of a break. We're going to settle into bird dogs, this time on one side for a series of movements. Right hand, left leg only. You're going to reach and then draw into the center. And without putting the hands or feet back down, reach and back into the center. So a little bit more on the balance front. And certainly on the core front. Reach and draw in. Nice and tight to the core. That's the contraction. And then lengthen everything right back out. Pull it in. We want to give it enough time that we're really feeling the movement. Stretch. Use your core to tuck everything into the center. Here we go. One last reach. Pull it in. And resettle onto all fours. We're going to switch sides here. So left hand, right foot. Reach it out. And bring it in. As much length as you can draw out of those fingertips, out of those toes. And then contract everything around that spine up to the ceiling. And tuck the elbow into meet the knee at your belly button. We're almost there. Pull it in. Reach. We're getting there, we're getting there. At this point, we know exactly where the core is. You know exactly how to engage it. It's getting a little bit more difficult because you're tired. But we've just got a little ways to go. Pull it out. All the way into the center. Let's do two more. Here we go. Reach. Bring it in. One more big reach. Bring it in. And then onto all fours. Readjust quickly here. Loosen up the glutes. All right. One last hold. Step it out into high plank. We're going to have a mini repeat here of that elbow to dolphin series, except this time we're going to hold that high plank. And when we do start moving again, we're going to go into full down dog from high plank. So this is that sort of doubling up on the core challenge. Keep the butt low. Close your eyes. We are so close to the finish line. I want you to try to hold on all the way through. That relief will come, but for now, focus on that core strength. If muscles are starting to burn, remind yourself that it's okay. As long as it's not sort of joint pain, we've got this. All right, getting ready for that first push up in the down dog. Now remember, it's not through the hips, it's through your core. So I want you to imagine a string attached to your belly button. Here we go. Go up through the ceiling, push the hips back. And then draw yourself forward back into that high plank position. Again, hips up and back. And draw it forward. So there's a little relief there, but we're still actively using the core muscles all the way throughout. So you can feel the movement in the hips. You can feel the strength in the core. Imagine as if the only muscles that can work here are those core muscles. And right back into that solid plank form to sort of hit reset. Let's go two more. All the way up. Into the high plank. One more this time. As you hit that down dog position, I want you to settle into that stretch. Alternate, just release a little pressure from the right knee, drop forward just slightly, straighten it out, and release pressure from the left. Back and forth, just a slight bend here, knee to knee. Go ahead and straighten both legs up. Release the tension on your shoulders and walk the toes forward into forward fold. Breathe out any tension in the neck. I want you to tuck those fingertips underneath the toes, a little bit deeper, a little bit more mobile at the end of the workout than at the start. Go ahead and drop the butt, bend at the knees, and lift the chest into that deep squat. And then straighten the legs back out. Bend. And straighten. Who knew it would feel so good to let your head be upright? Bend. Butt nice and low to the heels. Again, you should be feeling a little bit more flexy than the first time through. Drop the butt. Let's go 3. Let's go 2. One more. Straighten the legs. Into the bend. And this time, as you straighten the legs, go ahead and hold. Release your fingertips. Breathe out any extra tension. And roll those shoulders gently towards the ceiling. Big shoulder roll back behind you. Big deep breath in. Slowly exhale. And whatever was in retro this week can be left there. Nice job, you guys.